I came close to missing this film because the trailer gave so much away. I couldn't see the point of witnessing a film when I know what's going to happen. So I only watched it because the talented actress Jane Levy's in it, who's actually awesome in Evil Dead, which I've just video reviewed as well. And Don't Breathe has the same director as Evil Dead. The scenes at the beginning of Don't Breathe, just before the tension starts, are weak, nothing special. It doesn't help any film having really good actors, and in this case it's Stephen Lang and Jane Levy, then mixing them with a small cast that are not right. The unfortunate thing about Don't Breathe is that the core of the story on paper is better than the film. It's a real shame. I wanted to witness something different and unforgettable. You see, every scene looks so perfect, yet lacked depth. There's no late night mist, interesting lighting, or real terror and sweat from the actors. Everything's a little rushed. The film doesn't take its time. It's all geared for an impatient teenage audience. I stayed with it hoping that when the plot changes gear, everything will become a horrifying, unbearable, thrilling ride. You see, I need to believe the situations I see in any horror film. If there's a lack of atmosphere or zero attention to details, I'm going to get pissed off. Some of the plot here is junior, it doesn't work, it's unbelievable, and one very nasty idea just doesn't fit. Look, Don't Breathe is okay, but okay is not enough. Yes, I'm glad I sat through Don't Breathe only because the way Stephen Lang looks and Jane Levy's acting. And you know what? Lang's character is actually really interesting. I wanted to know more about him, so this film needed more of a backstory or flashbacks about Stephen Lang's character. The film also needed a blank screened scene only with sound, so the audience is guided to really think about what it's like to be blind. Don't Breathe could have been incredible. I so wanted to fall in horror love with it. It's far from perfect, it's average. And you know what would have been brave and correct? I would have cast an actor who's actually blind. Now that would have been honest and horror special. Moving on now, the following 53-second trailer explains how you can be heard and actually seen on my interactive horror website. Horror therapy is when you talk about a moment from your real life that scared, terrified or disturbed you. Do you regret playing around in that cemetery when you were a teenager? And do you feel vulnerable when you think about that nightmare you had?
Your horror therapy session.
You want a true story, and I have a true story.
It was the most terrifying thing I had ever in my entire life felt.
I started getting the chills really, really bad. I was done. I just wanted to leave.
Send your horror therapy session film to Bleeding Critic at live.com.